All right, kiddos, time to do some math. I think this will be the last video for Unit 3, so that's exciting. It's Section 3.D, more solving systems with matrices. We're going to solve a system that relates to the word problem that we've been doing this chapter, the sandwiches. So, essential question, obviously, how can I use matrices to solve systems related to word problems? And as you can see, this is our familiar matrix related to the sandwiches, the type of sandwich, and the ingredients of the sandwich. So let's read the word problem and get into it. Make sure you have your calculator out today so that you can practice doing the matrix stuff. So example, the various numbers of slices that belong on each sandwich are listed below. Cool, we're used to that. You know how much each sandwich costs to make. Regular was $1.35, double protein was $2.65, and vegetarian was $1.10. And you want to find out how much each of the ingredients cost. Okay, so these are our variables, the ingredients cost. So how much does turkey cost? How much does cheese cost? How much does tomatoes cost? The equations for this one are extremely easy to set up. And that's because they're just the basic like money equation that we're just used to and familiar with, and it's easy. So like let's look at an equation that kind of relates to the regular sandwich. Our regular sandwich has 2 slices of turkey, 1 slice of cheese, and 1 slice of tomato. So let's say like let's say that turkey is X, cheese is Y, tomato is Z. So 2X plus 1Y plus 1Z equals 135. Does that make sense? It's pretty easy. So for double protein, 2 times protein, this time we have 4, 2, and 1. So 4 times X, the cost of turkey, plus 2 times Y, the cost of cheese, plus 1 times Z equals 265. And similarly, for the vegetarian, we have, 0X, so I just won't even write it. And then 2Y plus 2Z equals 110. Okay, so this is a 3 equations, 3 variables one. We could solve this without matrices, but it would take so long and it's very complicated. Luckily, we do know how to set up the matrices. Remember, I'm going to grab these coefficients and put them into a matrix that I am going to call matrix A. So that's kind of already been done for me, right? Here's matrix A. It is the coefficient matrix. Notice we have a 0 there since there was no X here. Okay, so matrix A, done. Keep in mind also that the variables are going to go in matrix B. So A times B, here's the variable matrix. I have X, Y, Z. And let's just throw labels on that because we want to make sure when we're doing matrix multiplication that our units match, right? Like these units have to match these units in order for the multiplication to work out right. Does it make sense here? Is X representing turkey? Is Y representing cheese? Is Z representing tomato? Yeah, it definitely is. So this makes sense here. Our units line up. The rows of this one do indeed line up with the columns of this one. What would be the units for the columns of B? Well, what am I actually solving for? Oh, it's the cost of the ingredients. So my column would be labeled with dollars. Okay, and then on the other side, oh, sorry, this wasn't matrix B, this was matrix X, because it's the variables. Silly Mr. Gregory. All right, equals B. B's on the other side. Okay, so here's the B, and the B, as we know, is like the equals, like the results, what the equations equal. So, yeah, I have 135, I have 265, I have 110. And let's just make sure the units make sense. Remember, this is the cost of each sandwich. And remember too that this matrix should represent, remember we multiply these out, and then this matrix should represent the rows and the columns. So these rows and these columns. And does the regular sandwich cost 135? Yeah, does the 2 times protein cost 265? And the columns, is this a cost? Yeah, definitely. So all of the units make a lot of sense with this problem. They all line up with each other. Keep in mind, this is extremely easy to solve. Let me just give myself some space down here by erasing this. quickly. Okay, great. Remember that once we've set up our equation, we can solve our equation by multiplying both sides by A inverse. If I multiply it by the inverse of this matrix, it's going to go away, but I have to do the same things on both sides. So in order to get the result, I need to multiply both sides by A inverse. It'll cancel here, and I'll have A inverse times B on the other side. A inverse. Okay, and our calculator can do that. So let's switch over to the calculator. All right, keep in mind to edit the matrix, you're going to hit second matrix. Let's edit matrix A. So I'm going over to edit, hit enter. Today we're dealing with a 3 by 3 matrix because we're wild animals. And let's fill in the coefficient 2, 1, 1, 4, 2, 1, 0, 2, 2. Okay, great. Matrix A, quit out of that. Let's also edit matrix B. So go over to edit, down to B. And today B is a 3 by 1. And it's 135, 265, and 110. Awesome. So we've edited our matrices. Remember, literally all we have to do is this A to the negative 1 times B business. And that's it. So let's just pull out the matrices. A inverse, remember, is right here. So, or actually you could even hit caret negative 1 as well. Like either one will do the same thing. So you could hit this key or you could do caret negative 1 and then times, let's pull out the B matrix. All right, great. And our calculator gives us that X is 0.4, 0.5, and 0.05. Keep in mind, we need to add context to this, but we know what the context is because we labeled the units of our X matrix. We know that this is turkey, cheese, and tomato, and it's comparing it with cost. So notice what this is telling us. Oh, the cost of a turkey slice is 40 cents. The cost of a cheese slice is 50 cents. The cost of a tomato slice is 5 cents. This is my final answer, and I've provided all the context I need. My units are labeling the matrix. Any mathematician would know what you mean if they see those labels. All right, that's all I have for today. This was a super short video, which totally makes up for the fact that I made kind of extra long, rambly videos in the past. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope this made sense.